Hello, everyone. It's the B from the BDSM Show, a podcast that explores asexuality through candid conversations, lived experiences, and interviews. I impact identity, intimacy, relationships, and representation in a world that often overlooks the asexual perspective. Really quickly, I just want to remind everyone that it is totally okay if your boundaries are non negotiable, if they're not flexible, if you're not willing to compromise on your boundaries. And this is especially important if you're in a romantic relationship. I know what some of you guys are thinking. Well, duh, of course my boundaries are non negotiable. Of course they're not flexible. But I read a post on Reddit yesterday that lets me know that we still need to be having these conversations regularly, right? And that we need to be sharing these conversations with people in our community and just people that we hold near and dear to us. Now, unfortunately, the post was deleted, but because I commented under it, I can still see the title. The title was Asexual and Allosexual Relationship. Am I unreasonable for saying coitus likely won't happen? Now, to give you guys some backstory, what the post said was there was an asexual and someone who wasn't asexual in a relationship. And the asexual expressed in the beginning, hey, I do not like to engage in that form of intimacy. So if you deal with me, then just please be advised of that. And the person who wasn't asexual said that they were okay with it in the beginning. Well, fast forward 3 months, the conversation resurfaced. And the asexual says, yeah, so there's a 99.9% chance that coitus won't happen. And the person who wasn't asexual responded with, what if I said there's a 99.9% chance that coitus will happen? I beg your finest pardon. So, as an asexual who has had their boundaries violated in past relationships, as soon as I read this, my heart is racing. And I commented the following. I said, full stop. Sexuality and sexual desires are not something you need to change so that you can compromise in a relationship. And anyone who asks you to do so is not someone who you should date. This person views your hard boundaries as a hurdle that they need to overcome. And staying with this person, despite the fact that they have implicitly expressed and asked that you compromise with your sexuality, opens up the opportunity for abuse in the future. Hello, coercion. Hello, manipulation 101. And I said, it is dangerous to be with someone who views your hard boundaries as a hurdle or an invitation to a debate. OP, please seriously reconsider your relationship with this person and in the future align yourself with someone who allows you to exist as you are. Someone who asks you to change your core values so that you can date them is not someone who you should be with. Because reminder, as long as your boundaries don't hurt you or hurt the people around you, there is no need for them to be flexible. There is no need for you to compromise on your firm boundaries, especially if you're in a romantic relationship. What you choose to do with your body in your romantic relationships is your choice. And do not give people the autonomy to take that choice away from you. And in the beginning stages, when someone lets you know that they're viewing this hard boundary as a hurdle that they need to overcome, as an opportunity for a debate, as something that you need to compromise on, easier said than done, but get out of Dodge.